What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's had a great Taco Tuesday. Hope all your taco dreams came true. I actually didn't have any tacos today. I was on the road, man. And you know, after that chip burn last night, you know, I didn't want anything too spicy today. You know, actually, I think it burned my tongue because I feel like somebody took a knife and shredded my tongue here. But other than that, I'm good to go after the chip. It didn't kill me after all. You know what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Then I must be a strong mother humper. So we have waived Dennis Houston, and that's mainly because Jason Peters and Michael Gallup are getting close to returning and could possibly play this weekend. Although Dalton Schultz has injured his knee, and that means that he may not be playing this weekend. The hope is that he just missed one game. And this is kind of cool because, you know, in some areas, we've actually gotten to be better shape than we've been in a long time. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Hendershot play more with Jake Ferguson. In fact, I'm looking forward to thinking about how good 12 personnel can be from a blocking standpoint, because Hendershot is definitely a really good blocker. We know Jake Ferguson is a good blocker as well. And as I pointed out in the other video earlier, we went from 11 plays against Tampa Bay for Jake Ferguson to 34 plays, and basically really started using 12 personnel like 50% of the time. And that, my friends, is the formula for the Cowboys. Just like I was talking about a couple weeks ago before Tampa Bay, 12 personnel. Actually, personal, because it's personal to me, damn it. It's personal to have 12 personnel. Yeah, I'm not changing that jersey. You can laugh all you want, but I'm telling you, it's personal to me. Micah Parsons. Micah is an absolute beast. You know, you can't say enough about that guy. Honestly, I mean, to be first in sacks by half a sack, to be tied for first in pressures, to be tied for first in tackles for loss, to be tied for first in hurries. There's another category that he owns that nobody's talked about much. And this is something that even LT didn't do. Micah Parsons leads the league in dissing undisputed. Skip. Oh, come on, Skip. 11 from heaven. You know, it was kind of funny because I meant to talk about this earlier today because I was driving down the road. You know, I try not to watch too much of Undisputed because it'll rot your brain. It will rot your brain, but I thought I was safe because I could listen to it on the Sirius satellite in my truck on the way down the road. And about 11:30 on the drive, 30 minutes left to go in the show, I had to stop off. The chip hit me, and I think it was brought on from listening to Undisputed for 2 hours. That my body just said, enough of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. And literally, I had to go to the bathroom. We had to stop off at the rest stop and go to the bathroom. But, you know, when they were talking about Micah Parsons, oh, Micah's done this, and Micah's so good. Oh, 11 from heaven. Defensive player. He's the best. This, that, and the other. And they didn't diss him and didn't mention him coming on the show. It was like it never actually happened that he was supposed to be coming on the show. See, last week, it was like, well, we couldn't get in touch with Micah Parsons, man. We couldn't even get in touch with his people. We don't know what happened, But maybe if he gets a couple of wins under his belt, maybe he'll show up. I for one, actually love it that he's not showing up. In fact, I hope that he doesn't show up at all this season because, I'm sorry, there's nothing to gain. There is absolutely positively nothing to gain by going on that reality show. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows who Micah Parsons is. Even the teams that hate us wish they had you. You are beginning to have people that are kind of saying, when you talk about Micah Parsons, like, Lawrence Taylor, I can't argue with that. You're turning heads. So going on Undisputed to be Shannon Sharp's punching bag, where he's going to be there joking about the Cowboys and everything else, that blasphemy that you get, I just don't see why you need that. I mean, everybody's talking about you. You look on Twitter, it's just, Micah Parsons, everything. Jerry Jones is always talking about you. I'm always talking to you. Everybody in the YouTube universe is talking about you. You don't need to waste your time with that one. Okay? So Jerry has done his job. They're talking about Micah Parsons. And of course, Undisputed gets left holding the bag. Again, I like that a lot. So tomorrow, the Cowboys get back on the practice field. And tomorrow is a very important day because, A, we'll find out more about Dalton Schultz on, how bad that sprained knee is. Jason Peters may start practicing in pads, which means he's getting closer to actually be ready to play. And will the Cowboys keep him in a backup role, or will they be looking to shake up the offensive line? I pray that they don't change Tyler Smith. I'm afraid moving and juggling the offensive line is going to mess with the cohesion that you have, at least at this moment. We'll also see how Michael Gallup is playing as far as getting back on the field in pads. Hopefully there's no setback, and maybe, just maybe, he ends up playing this weekend. Now, the interesting thing was, with us playing more 12 personnel, we ended up having more 2 wide receiver sets. That's where Noah Brown and CeeDee Lamb basically were the 2. Now you get Michael Gallup, you start mixing in there too. That's a different look than, Noah Brown. And gives you different mismatches against the Giants. But ultimately, the winning formula for this team is balance, 12 personnel, running the football, and getting Tony Pollard the ball in space. If they do those things, as long as we have a Micah Parsons and a defense, you're going to be in every game. And when Dak comes back, I pray that Kellen Moore doesn't go back to being straight Kellen Moore. I don't, sometimes in life, you believe something, but you don't really know if it's true. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any proof, any evidence, or anything like that. But see, here's the thing that I believe. And maybe this is one of those things that you'll look after football. That game was coached differently. The play calling was different. We used more 12 personnel. We ran the ball 9 times more, even though we had 8 less plays. Ran the ball 9 times more, even though we had 8 less plays with the football. I believe that Dak had a lot of input on what was going on in real time in that game. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I believe that. Dak there with the headset, Dak with the excitement and the joy, and you're seeing Dak on the sidelines with Kellen Moore and everything else, that I think that Dak was the guy whispering in the ear. Dak was the guy kind of pointing out some things. I don't know if it's true or not. But that to me says that eventually that guy might be one hell of a coach. He's definitely a guy that people believe in, definitely a guy that people will follow, and definitely a guy that knows his shit. But who knows what the future holds? Right now, my future holds going to bed and holding on to my baby. It's getting chilly out. But you know how we roll here. It's time to turn out the lights. And remember, tell the people you love them. It's really an easy thing to do. Really simple. Because you might not get the chance again. And you don't want to live with that regret. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm glad to be back home. God willing, tomorrow is another day. And I got a lot of work to do. I love you guys. God willing, I'll see you in the morning.